Ladies and gentlemen, the moment has finally arrived, and oh baby, does it feel so good. So unless you've been living under a rock, the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer has been released. Yes, that is 100% true. The trailer is out, and man, is it jam-packed with so many things to discuss. Today we're going to give our take on the trailer and break this bad boy down, take a look at a few hidden details, and even discuss what this could mean for Phase 4 of the MCU. More on that a little bit later on in the video, but without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and break this sucker down. So we start off with seeing the aftermath of Far From Home. The entire world knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man and is even blamed for the death of Mysterio. And already starting out, I have to say, the trailer starts out kind of dark. A lot darker than what I would have expected from this highly anticipated trailer. I mean, it's obvious that this announcement has altered the lives of Peter and his friends and family. I mean, after all, some of them, including MJ, had no idea of Peter's second life, and we'll get to see more of how it affects each and every one of them. It could have just been me, but seeing the aftermath of Peter's identity being exposed made me think of the Civil War comic in which Tony Stark influences Peter to reveal his secret identity to the world. The pretense is obviously a little bit different, of course, seeing that the reveal in the movie was, let's just say, involuntary. Thanks, Jake Gyllenhaal. So as we see the impacts Peter is facing now that the whole world knows his identity, something comes up that I think not many people were expecting. Peter says in the trailer that he is thinking of a way to fix all of this. And of course, seeing a little witch decoration hanging up makes him think of the one, the only, Mephisto! Just kidding. Of course, we are talking about Doctor Strange. So Peter goes over to talk to Doctor Strange, and when he opens the door to the Sanctorum, it looks a little bit different than the last time we saw it. This time, it's filled with snow and ice, and this could be because of the fact that the building had, at one point, a Hulk-sized hole near the top, caused, of course, an Infinity War when Bruce Banner was transported by Heimdall back to Earth to warn them of the threat of Thanos. Their topic of discussion is if something can be done to make people forget that Peter is Spider-Man. Strange mentions that there is a way, and this has me wondering a bit. How much convincing did it take from Peter to make Doctor Strange, an all-powerful, rule-following sorcerer, bend the rules of time? This spell even worries Strange's sidekick Wong, and he tells him not to use it, saying that the spell he would use is too dangerous. After Wong goes off on his vacation or wherever he goes, I mean, maybe he's taking a trip to give Abomination a good old whooping, but I mean, who would think that, right? What makes us think that? Strange offers a wink to Peter, where he then proceeds with the spell to make what Mysterio did, essentially, null and void. The spell worries Peter when Doctor Strange tells him that everyone will forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. He's concerned MJ, Ned, and Aunt May should still remember, but Strange still goes through with it anyway. What happens next almost reminds me of the Bifrost from the Thor movies, this rainbow effect happening here. But of course, this wasn't a matter of transporting someone from one realm to the other. It seems that what Doctor Strange did was tamper with that's right, the M word, the multiverse. He even says that we tampered with the ability of space-time. The multiverse is a concept in which we know frighteningly little of. As this happens, we see the two going through a very trippy scene, which is a cool callback to the first Doctor Strange movie, with buildings being shifted and Peter falls into what looks like to be some sort of void. So could this transition be into not only a universe in which it's true that no one knows Peter, but a universe in which some villains have a vendetta for Spider-Man, and not necessarily their Spider-Man? After, we see a shot of a Daily Bugle van, another news van, and a police car that's being struck by lightning. And we all know who is associated with Spider-Man that casts lightning. It's none other than Electro. And Jamie Foxx is Electro as well. Remember, we had an idea that Foxx would be reprising the role of the villain a little over a year ago, when he not only teased his return to the role, but that his blue look that he had in Amazing Spider-Man 2 would not be making a return. So could this new look be this bright, yellow, thick-bolted lightning? It is a possibility that is more than likely bound to happen. And after a lecture from Strange telling Peter that the problem is trying to live two different lives, it looks like we get a montage of more potential villains that could make their return. The first comes from where Peter dressed in a suit, no, not a spider suit, while in what looks to be the basement of the Sanctorum Doctor Strange used to cast his spell, Peter is startled by some creature who appears to lunge at him from the dark. The roar of this monster could mean the comeback of the Lizard. The last time we saw this villain was, of course, back in The Amazing Spider-Man 1. After that, we see even more lightning, which we think could be Electro. And this time we see Spidey, yes, this time in a spider suit, where it appears this could be a potential fight between the two. And then we get the granddaddy of teases when we hear a cackle that probably left chills on many of you out there. The Green Goblin is teased here, and it looks like this won't be just anybody assuming the role. It could be Willem Dafoe putting on that creepy mask that gave me nightmares back in the day. Come on, I mean, look at this thing. It's pretty terrifying. The reasoning behind this is that we see a bomb tossed on the street next to a car. The bomb is nearly identical to the ones Harry Osborn's Goblin used in the Raimi Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. Is this Marvel's way of confirming to us this iconic character is making a return? It most definitely seemed like it. The big reveal is preluded by a voice that says, "Be careful what you wish for, Parker." We then see the tentacles of Dr. Octopus rise up, where we are then revealed that Alfred Molina is 100% back as Dr. Otto Octavius. This was definitely a huge reveal for the teaser trailer, and I think this was the appropriate direction to go. And at the end of the day, that's exactly what this was, a teaser trailer, only hinting at the things to come when this movie releases on December the 17th. Another important thing to note that should be making many people happy is that the trailer showed the date of the release to be on December 17th. And while this may not come as a huge shocker, it's still nice to know that with everything going on in the world, and even Venom 2 being delayed, that Spider-Man No Way Home is still tentatively on course to come out at its kinda regularly scheduled time. Thanks, COVID. This trailer was definitely a big one, and many people were waiting for it, including myself. This trailer, of course, brought with it our first live-action mention of the multiverse since Loki. And with Doctor Strange seeming to know very little about it, I think that this could play into the exploration of the multiverse as Phase 4 continues. Of course, we know that Doctor Strange 2 will play a huge role in that. I mean, it is called the Multiverse of Madness. But, I mean, we have to start somewhere, right? Maybe the reason behind Doctor Strange being so forthcoming about helping Peter out in this way is so that he can further understand the multiverse in the fight against the one who essentially rules it, Kang the Conqueror. His character will obviously play a huge role later on down the road, and perhaps Spider-Man No Way Home is our first look at this long training that could eventually lead to another team-up of epic proportions. We'll just have to wait and see when the film releases this December. But now is the time where we ask for you all's takes. Did the No Way Home trailer exceed your expectations? Did it not? Go ahead and let us know you all's thoughts on it down in the comments below. And if there was any interesting point in the trailer we didn't cover here and you want to explain a little bit, go ahead and let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more Marvel content. But until next time, everyone, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and are ready for what is shaping up to be a very, very jaw-dropping film in Spider-Man No Way Home. Peace out, everybody.